Obviously, we have to talk about Metokur, right? I mean,
Do we? Why?
well, I mean, it's just something that's not really.
Why isn't he playing with furries or something?
Well, we tried to get you guys on stream to talk forever, and a matter of fact,
Well,
we did
Jeff
it.
can email me. He knows how to contact me. If he wants to talk, I'm happy to talk to him anytime.
Okay, all right.
But what are the actual things? The things you want to talk about?
Well, okay.
That aren't just drama, you know. Let's not bother with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is drama though? Like, what is your? How about this? To go philosophical, what is your definition of drama? So, I mean, you can look at almost any topic and say, well, you know, this displeases me. This is just drama. I don't want to talk about this.
That's a great question. I don't know.
Excuse me, waiter.
I suppose I would just say,
where are my appetizers? I've been waiting.
Yeah, I would say I would just say it's
30 minutes, waiter. Where are my appetizers? My frittatas are going to get cold. Can I speak to? Can I speak to your manager?
No.
This service is horrendous. I heard you were going to be pitching a big brained idea, so I wanted a front row seat to watch it.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of glad you're here, Jim.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I am actually. I'm genuinely glad.
Hey, Ralph, can I say one thing before we hear this amazing idea? 20,000 viewers, and look who shows up in chat. How you doing? How you doing, Carl?
How you doing? I'm good. So, you know they keep talking about Gamergate.
No, who's they?
The left.
The collective left. Have they all gotten together to discuss this? Okay.
Yeah, they go on about it all the time. The latest one was, you know, obviously Kavanaugh. The guy who was alleged to have been in the room with him was a guy called Mark Judge. He apparently wrote 2 articles in support of Gamergate, citing Mr. Repzion, a YouTuber.
I did see that. We talked about in the kill stream. I don't know how many times, you know, how often you get to catch.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
We did talk about it on the show.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. But that's pretty recent, really. And then you think like all the other ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's recent if you don't watch Ralph, but if you watch Ralph Weekly, you heard about it when it was breaking news.
That's okay. That's great.
But no, it is great. The audience loves it. We love being on top of current events. That's what makes it so delicious to watch Ralph. He's sumptuous, don't you know?
I'm sure it does. But it's not just that, is it? You know, there are loads of other, and we could find a huge list of things that they've said about Gamergate to magnify it. I mean, I have seen the most colossal overreaches in the description and sort of influence of Gamergate coming from the left. You know, like the Guardian, the Independent, you know, like shit like this. They bring up all the time, and they're always making Gamergate out to be this giant fucking boogie monster. And the FBI investigated Gamergate and found that Gamergate did nothing wrong.
I feel like I'm in a time warp. We're in 2018, right? This hashtag is dead at this point. It's been 4 years. I mean, I feel like we're talking like about chinology. Should I get my Guy Fawkes mask out to talk about this gay shit?
No, you're missing the point. We're not talking about Gamergate, right? It doesn't really matter about Gamergate. What matters is the boogeyman that the left have conjured up. And they've conjured up a fucking hell of a boogeyman. And you know they're still afraid of it. It's still there under the surface, right? They have this kind of subconscious fear, I think, and that's why they keep bringing it up. I mean, fuck, Justin Trudeau condemned Gamergate. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Well, now, Carl, I have to be fair. I have to say it really depends on the politician, now, doesn't it?
I guess it would, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you've got to take it on a case by case basis.
You do.
Yeah.
And who on the other side might actually support Gamergate?
Who on what sides are we talking about?
Democrats and Republicans.
Who supports Gamergate in the Republican camp? I fucking don't know.
Mark Judge.
I don't.
I can tell you literally, Mark Judge, the guy who was alleged to have been in the room with Kavanaugh, supports Gamergate.
Congratulations for Mark Judge, I guess.
Yeah. But what? I guess just where are you going with this exactly?
Isn't that funny? Isn't that just fucking amazing? Like the idea that there's a Gamergate supporter like in the room with a guy who's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman, who is then the center of the entire fucking like world's media for a week. That's fucking incredible.
It was a bit surreal, but what? I mean, where are you going with this though? That's what I don't.
Well, where do you think I'm going with this?
I have
I have no idea.
Sargon, I literally have no idea.
Really
like,
think big. You can do this.
I'm not even being sarcastic. Like you messaged me, and can I just say you messaged me and you seemed like really hype about whatever the idea was.
I'm fucking hype.
And I have no idea what you're talking about. And then you start talking about Gamergate, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah, this is why I'm thrilled you're here, Jim. I am fucking thrilled you're here, right? I'm thrilled that you guys, some of the core people in Gamergate, are here, so I can talk to you about this. This is exactly what I wanted. Do you not think it would be really interesting to see how far we can make this go?
Who's we? That sounds very collectivist. I thought we were individualists here, Carl.
The collective internet. Do you not think that would be funny?
Do you think anybody on the internet gives two fucks about Gamergate at this point? It's become a joke.
No, I don't, Jim. That's the point. That's the entire point.
What is your pitch exactly? Get the band back together? Is that what you're saying? Like I don't understand.
What would look? They think Gamergate is a tremendous, universal, and categoric evil, right? Who else do they think is a categoric evil?
I feel like I'm fucking lost. What are we talking? What is your plan? What is your? I guess what's your idea? Hit us with it.
Try and use a bit of just try and look a bit ahead. Just look a bit ahead. How
if we're talking about Gamergate, I'm looking behind me, not ahead of me.
No, you're not. You're looking way ahead. But you just, I don't know. You can't seem to do it, can you?
I know I can't. I need you to shine a light on
it. Think of it from the left wing's point of view, right? They are genuinely afraid of Gamergate, which is why they keep talking about Gamergate.
Is the punchline here Gamergate did 9/11? Because we made that joke already.
No, but it could be something nearly like that, like effectively like that, right? So,
but what?
So,
what are you saying? Like, is it what I said though? What are you saying?
Saying Gamergate raped and killed a woman behind an Arby's in 1990?
No,
that was just me, Gator, not Gamergate. Yes, right? yes.
So again, if Gamergate is the eternal boogeyman, what would be the worst thing that Donald Trump could do?
He's not going to co-sign Gamergate. He doesn't even know what it is.
It could tweet out hashtag Gamergate? Is that what you're like?
Most people have no idea what Gamergate was or is. I don't think you realize that it's a thing on the internet, but most people have no idea. So yeah,
we talked about this before.
I of course know exactly what Gamergate was because I was in it.
Yeah, we all know.
I wouldn't presume what people are thinking like that.
We all know. I'm just saying the public at large probably maybe 25%. Yeah. Now everybody on Twitter knows what the fuck it is. You know, a lot of the journalists and stuff know what it is, but as far as the public at large, they don't.
Okay, how do you get black people to join the alt-right?
Give them watermelons.
Fried chicken and Kool-Aid helps too.
Appreciate that humor. Come on, my fellow white nigger. I know you like those.
Honestly, I thought that was a bit slow. You get Hillary Clinton to denounce the alt-right.
Wait, sorry, was there a punchline? I can only hear crickets.
It's not.
Oh, you're being serious. I'm sorry.
It's already happened, Jim. This is documented and verifiable. When Hillary Clinton denounced the alt-right, loads of black people took to Twitter saying, well, I guess I'm alt-right then. And I was speaking to a few of the alt-right people, and they were freaking the fuck out, thinking the idea that a bunch of black people are going to invade a white supremacist movement because nobody really knew. And so Hillary Clinton kind of set the narrative on it.
I mean, I don't have like official membership numbers from the alt-right, but is there any evidence that caused a spike? Okay, yeah.
But it was just, people, you'd see a lot of people on Twitter sort of freaking out about it, and understandably so. I mean, if you're a white supremacist, the last thing you want is black people stealing your movement or something. That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, funny. I remember her speech and everything. I actually thought that was a tactical mistake. She wasted a whole day of campaigning, bitching about, fucking
massive
Breitbart and
shot.
Pepe the Frog. Like, I mean, what was that all about? She, anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, but imagine them whinging about that to the point where Hillary Clinton feels the need, and Justin Trudeau feel the need to like denounce Gamergate, effectively the alt-right.
How does this help? How does this help UKIP? This sounds like you would
helping UKIP.
Well, but you're talking in American context or Canadian context. I thought you were like, kind of jumping in the political cycle over there. How does this help them?
I'm not saying it helps anyone. Are you guys about helping people, are you?
I legit have no idea what you're going for.
I wouldn't come to you if I wanted help, Jim. Let's be honest. I mean, like, I saw the last stream you did where you're like saying, I don't care about anyone here. I don't care about Ralph. We don't come to you for help, Jim. We come to you.
You already did, and I told you no. Sorry.
Listen, right? If someone comes to you at all, it's because they want a god almighty troll, a troll to end all trolls. That's what they come to you for.
Okay, I just want to hear the pitch idea because okay, I'll be
Yeah, I'm
honest with
still.
you.
I'm really not
The last
getting
time you pitched me an idea, okay, and I you can go reread the conversation, was on Skype. And Google was.
I don't care.
I want to just make the record clear.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what the goal
crushing
is.
When Google was crushing. Why won't you let me finish my point? When Google
because you're making a silly point.
You just don't want to be embarrassed. I know you don't want to be embarrassed. Let me finish my story. Sargon, then you let me talk, won't you? You'll let me talk.
Yes, let's talk one at a time.
Thank you. It's a big boy conversation.
Do you want the pitch or not?
You really don't want this story out there, do you?
Jim, you've done a stream about it, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Jim, just release it. I don't care. Just release it.
I just want to go over the conversation. The last great idea you had, the big-brained idea you had before about Google and how you could fight back against the apocalypse, was by taking.
What was it? I can't remember.
You were so excited. You told me, Jim, we just have to tell everybody that we're Google's friends. We have to, if we appease you, you quite literally if we appease Google. Yeah. Google will fight for us and give us our money back.
Well,
and
it turns out there was a lot of information we didn't have there. Did that come out afterwards?
Well, who told you it was a bad idea, though? I told you that's how it was going to play out, and you were so convinced. I was like, "Go for it," because it's just a terrible idea.
Right.
So I want to hear. I want to hear your next idea. I want to hear your next.
Did you see the good sensor thing?
I did. We read the entire article on there.
We read the Breitbart leaks. Yep.
Yeah. Was that all out when I had that conversation with you?
Well, it's just kind of common sense. Why would you expect a mega corporation to give two fucks about a bunch of little YouTubers?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sargon,
maybe
not. You thought if you were their friends, they were going to protect you. It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Well, no, obviously it was, because we've seen how it played out with the leaks. Okay, great. So now I want to hear what your next great idea is.
That one thing was true and one thing was false. Okay.
I want to hear what your next great idea is. So how does Gamergate help us take?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually interested. Like, I don't know where you're going with this, man, and I really just don't know. Like, I'm completely lost. I'm lost.
I can't believe that you haven't figured it out yet.
Well, the only thing I could figure out, it sounded like you were talking about resurrecting Gamergate. That's the only thing I could figure out. But maybe I'm off base. I don't know.
Okay. Gamergate, obviously, it doesn't exist anymore, right? It's not an activist movement on the internet anymore, right? We all understand this, right? So whenever I say Gamergate, I'm not saying us as activists doing things for ethics and video games journalism or against, for any. We're not participating in Gamergate anymore, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
I pulled the shit on that shit.
Bravo, well done. Yeah, you guys are fab, right? Now,
wait, you quit Gamergate too, Sargon. Don't act like
you did. You said it was over.
You made a big public thing about quitting Gamergate. Don't act like we did the only ones.
Didn't I make a big public thing about quitting Gamergate? You sure there wasn't Jim?
Oh no, I wanted people to know how many faggots were involved in that movement. Yeah, you're absolutely.
No, but you did. You actually did. I mean, you put out a video like Gamergate's over, work done. I mean, am I off base? Like, I mean, if I'm wrong, you can.
But that doesn't mean I'm like quitting anything. That just means
okay. Well,
right?
You said so.
But anyway.
All right. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Getting back to it, right? So, but the idea of Gamergate is now imprinted in the narrative of the left, right?
It's. I mean, I still see people talk about it from time to time. Yeah, it's usually like scare tactics from the media and stuff. Yeah,
it's scare tactics. They're worried about another Gamergate coming along.
I don't really think they are, to be honest with you. I think they've got their own agenda going forward.
You're just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Sargon, what's dumb as fuck is saying, let's do Gamergate 2.0. I'd rather fuck myself with a rake than do that.
But I know that's where you went. You don't know what the proposal is yet, but you've made assumptions.
What you're building up to sure sounds dumb, but okay, I guess I can admit I'm wrong. If you've got a better angle, let's hear it.
Yeah, I do. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I reckon we can get Donald Trump to defend Gamergate.
No.
Why not?
But why would he though? You just said Gamergate was over. Like,
why would he? Why would he? The fucking troll in chief. Why would he defend Gamergate? Oh, there are lots of reasons.
I mean, it usually he kind of gets involved in stuff that's like breaking news. You know what I mean? Like it seems to be
what would the benefit even be to that? I mean, he's already made comments about Charlottesville, where he said there was violence on both sides. They got angry for like a week or two. It was in the mainstream media, and then they didn't give a shit. So what? Let's say he does go and say Gamergate wasn't a big deal. You got a news blurb, and then nobody cares again.
They still talk about Charlottesville all the time.
So you want to try to trick Donald Trump into talking about Gamergate?
Why would I need to trick him?
Well, because he's not obviously done it himself, so you're going to have to spur that along.
I don't think he knows anything about Gamergate.
Of course he doesn't. Most people don't.
Yeah, but you literally implied that he knew something, right? Obviously.
Listen, Sargon. My point is. Let me say this real quick. My point is, he usually gets involved in stuff. He very much avidly follows the media, but he usually gets involved in like breaking news stories or hot cultural topics, like kneeling at the NFL games and stuff like that. This is kind of
Twilight about not getting back together with the girl who cheated on him. Like Donald Trump,
but that was before he was president. So now he picks his battles a little more carefully.
Understands the importance of culture.
Sure, I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And he gets involved. He gets directly involved, belligerently.
Also true, but Gamergate's not really a thing now, though.
I know. Look, the fact that the left still remembers it like a wound is why it's important, right? For them, I don't think they were expecting this kind of consumer revolt, this revolt from the bottom. I really don't think they were expecting it, and I think it's really freaked them out. I mean, like I'll probably go through like, you know, the Guardian coverage in the last year or something on Gamergate and like the independent coverage, because they still make articles about it. They still talk about it. They still fear it. And if we get Donald Trump just to tweet out, I mean, you know, just a tweet that mentions the hashtag Gamergate, it doesn't even necessarily matter how he uses it. Man, the blue check marks are going to shit their fucking pants. You are going to see the spurging of a lifetime. Donald Trump supports Gamergate. They are going to flip their fucking shit.
I'd rather see him talk about Veronica's. You hear me, guys? Gangweed? Huh? What's up? What's up, my fellow gamers? Rise up! Time for the jokers to take it back.
But who cares, man? Don't you think it would be so fucking funny to watch them do this? Like the reactions would be.
Well, how do you propose to do that? Like, I don't know. I just think it's unlikely to see him go out and do hashtag Gamergate.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed, you know, and this is why I'm not saying I can do it on my own.
Are you trolling us right now? Like, what is this? Like,
this reminds me of that Millennial Woes conversation you had where you're like, dude, Millennial Woes, you should act like an SJW. That's a super smart thing.
Yeah, acting like an SJW would get the white nationalists legitimacy.
Oh, these are some big brained ideas.
It's undeniably true.
Holy shit, man. Do you have a
they're
war
bringing
room
back
plan this out
segregation to college campuses, dumbass? I mean, like, it legitimately ends in the same results. But anyway, that's not what I don't want to talk about that, right?
No, I'm just saying this is the same quality argument. I'm really enjoying this. So let's say you're right and you get Donald Trump. You obviously do. Why are you here pitching the idea to people if you don't care?
Yeah, but whether you're like, oh, I don't like it, okay, fine, don't like it, but you haven't even let me finish it.
Oh, there's more? Fuck, I'm sorry. I'll let you go. No. Okay, you're right. You're right. If there's more, I want to hear more.
You're the crab at the bottom of the bucket that can't see the rest to get out, aren't you?
I don't know. I mean, do you want to compare numbers, Carl?
You keep saying I don't know.
Do you want to compare stream numbers? What did you do last night? Was it 16? Was it 1600, Carl? And when Ralph was hitting 8, that's pretty sad. That's why you're here, isn't it? Because nobody wanted to listen to your idea on your 1600 viewer stream. But you come onto the Ralph retort after saying shit for months because he's got 8,000 viewers.
I don't.
You should be sorry. That's really embarrassing. I mean, it is super embarrassing.
Tremendously.
It is. You're the crab at the bottom of the bucket. Ralph's sitting on top right now.
Yeah.
You're pinching his ass trying to get attention for your Gamergate 2 idea. Holy shit.
Jim, do you mind letting me finish Ralph's question?
Oh, no, I want to hear this. Please, more.
Why were you talking so much then?
Don't ask me questions if you want to speak. You're going to get answers. Go.
Why did you interrupt when I was trying to answer Ralph's question?
I'm being silent so you could talk. Go.
Yeah, but I'm asking you a question now.
You're asking me why I'm answering your questions?
I was trying to answer Ralph's question. Why'd you do that?
Sometimes you say shit that's so stupid and stunning that I have to say something. It's like a tick. It's almost impossible not to say something.
I didn't actually finish my sentence before you jumped in.
Okay, well, I'm very sorry. I guess it's like your debate at MythCon.
Oh,
Shut up, Carl. Shut up, Carl. Let me talk.
That's kind of how I feel that you're acting. Yeah.
I'm acting like you. Yeah, I better stop. I don't want to. I don't want to pull that look off.
Do you think that that's a good idea? Maybe you should stop.
To act like you? No, fuck no.
I agree.
Next thing you know, I'll be giving out of context quotes about the age of the child. No, let's go.
Look, Jim. You can carry on interrogating teenagers about the size of their boyfriend's penises all you want. It's just.
Hey, Carl, don't get upset. I mean,
I don't even know what the context
I love how
of that
you tried.
be.
I love how you tried black PR and it blew up in your face because you're fucking retarded.
PR.
Black PR, yeah. Oh, I don't get the conversation Jim's having, and now I'm getting accused of the same shit that I tried using. Depends on the child, doesn't it, Carl?
Okay, Jim. Yeah,
does it depend on the child, Carl? Does it depend on the child?
Black PR,
it's all by case by case basis. So you're cool. It's case by case basis. We get you, champ. We know what you're talking about.
Jim, it is scientifically verifiable that people hit puberty on a case-by-case
basis. Oh, no,
basis.
Please tell me about your ingenious ideas about 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds having sex. You're so smart. You're so smart, Carl.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. Now, Ralph,
no, you're genius.
What was your question again, man? Sorry.
You said there was more to the proposal, I guess, and
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. This one, I can't do this all on my own, obviously. Basically, okay. So the way that it seems that the political sphere works is that all of these people act within bubbles, right? And obviously they're very sensitive to perception. This is why social justice activism has worked so well, because the SJWs act as a mob. They email, they tweet, they shame. They are constantly filling the sort of input, the social media input of these people with the sort of thing that they want them to hear, obviously. And this is how they end up kind of influencing and like washing over an institution. And that's part of it. Another part of it is they have activists that go and speak to these people directly, like Anita Sarkeesian. She ends up going to, Intel. I mean, she got like the UN, like, how the fuck did she get there? Well, I know how she got there now. I've actually been doing it myself. This is how this works. And you can make this a remarkably efficient and effective thing if you have a kind of victim narrative, and if you have a particular group that is opposed to you politically, who you can demonstrate have interactions with you. It's very, very easy to get people already opposed to them to be sympathetic to your side, and with good reason. I mean, obviously, it's sensible that would be the case. Why wouldn't you want to find allies and stuff like that? And so I think that with a kind of combined effort of the internet, we could essentially craft a narrative, because you have to sell to people, explain that this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. That's a lot more fair about what happened in Gamergate. And I think that we can effectively get very important people to say that Gamergate did nothing wrong.
I just look. I came here.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to imagine. I know.
It is. This is blowing my mind. I'm not gonna lie. You've blown my mind. I was sitting here. We had a lot of ideas just about what is he up to? What is he planning? This did not come up on the list.
Not at all what I was.
This did not come up the list. But one thing I did when I said I'm gonna come in here. Even though we've been talking shit about Sargon, he's been talking shit about us. Like, I'm gonna keep an open mind. If it's a great idea, it's a great idea. You know what I mean? No matter who it comes from. I don't know. I don't see what you're doing here with this, really. I mean,
I think that I've made myself quite clear. I want to.
You want to get people to come out and say Gamergate did nothing wrong.
Biggest troll. I want to see. I mean, there will be nothing more autistic than watching the response to them seeing Trump support Gamergate.
Why would anybody? Okay, but so what benefit is that to Trump? You want Trump to create a situation where Gamergate looks good? That sounds fucking retarded.
How is that not beneficial to Trump, Jim?
Because I feel like I'm having a fucking short circuit, Ralph. Am I alone on this?
No, I really don't, and I'm not even trying to be mean. Like I said, I'm trying to keep a fair amount. I just don't understand. Like, if Gamergate was happening today, like if this was the heyday of Gamergate, I have no doubt that President Trump would probably be right in the middle of that shit, fucking around,
right? Because
he's a huge troll. But Gamergate is like smoldering. We talked about it earlier. It's dead. Now there are some people hanging out on Kotaku in Action, and they actually think it's still going. It's not going. It's been done for a long time.
Gamergate is gone. Okay, we're not dealing with an organism of people on the internet called Gamergate. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the perception in the journalists' minds and in the verified checkmarks heads of what Gamergate is, because they don't just think Gamergate was an activist movement, right? They think that Gamergate is a latent part of every community. That there are going to be people who are going to say, no, we don't care about your moral shaming. We're pro-racism or something like that. And then, fuck you, because that's how they perceive it. That's what they think. It's not what we think, obviously, because that's nuts, but that's why they're nuts. But that's their perception.
I just don't think there's any real juice in it, if you know what I mean.
Are you insane?
So when Trump does this, he tends to do it for electoral benefit. Yeah, he loves trolling the left. He loves fucking with these journalists.
Serious? Dude,
but
he trolls them all the fucking time.
Yeah, but it's for voting purposes. So you see the NFL's the biggest fucking sport in the country, if not the world. So when he jumps into something like the kneeling thing, he knows that's going to rile up his base and actually benefit him electorally. The cultural issues he jumps into, he tends to be thinking about, winning elections and riling up the base. And I don't know that. Well, I mean,
How do you know?
I'm just making an observation. I mean, of course, I can't read the man's mind, but
you're guessing.
Well, that's all anybody can do when we talk about somebody's action. Somebody's actions.
Guessing, or have I had conversations with people who might know the man personally and figured out something that we might be able to do?
Away. Yep.
Bannon has no clout in the White House anymore. You do know that, right?
I didn't say Bannon had clout in the White House.
Yeah. I don't know who you talk to. However,
you do know who I talk to.
Look, you know what? I won't even dispute
exactly
that. I'm sure Bannon probably still does have conversations with Trump. I'm not going to dispute that. But I just think, the idea of the Gamergate, I just don't see why Trump would do that. Now, of course, Bannon was intimately involved with Gamergate behind the scenes.
Hang on, man. You said it yourself. Trump is a giant troll. Trump is a giant troll. You said it repeatedly in this conversation, and you're right.
Yeah, he is.
No, but you don't. No, listen, right. I can't tell you what I've been told, but you don't even understand the depths of how much he enjoys trolling, right? And I can't. I'm not. It was all off the record, so I'm not going to say anything. But this is a fact. Trump is a troll, and we know he is. He likes to make them scream.
You understand you're coming on a stream and making a public statement that you've talked to people in the
Well, maybe you should try and sabotage it by sending it to whoever.
Sargon,
go, Jim, go.
Oh my God, you're such a pretentious cunt. Will you just let me talk?
You're not listening.
You're the idiot saying you want to set up this trolling op, and then here you are openly talking about it because you're fucking stupid. And then you're saying you know people that know Trump and that he's in on the know on it, you dumb fuck.
I didn't say he's in on the know. I told Jim, you keep doing this. You make up shit.
God, you're stupid. You're so fucking dumb. It's painful. What is the matter with you?
I didn't say he's in on it.
How many things do you have to fucking murder and touch and latch onto and kill?
Get into that, Jim. You're currently in the middle of what, murdering.
How many things do you need to fucking murder and
co-op
Sargon?
You're the one who does that. I'm trying to actually
How many burnt bodies need to be in the pyre for you to be satisfied?
I don't know. How big's your pile?
Way less than yours, man.
I don't think it is, Jim.
You're the fucking. Listen to Chatelet, Mr. Chatelet here. Okay,
Kakarino. Okay, yeah, let's have a series of people with character statements against your character for you being a bully all the way through.
I'm such a bully. Name the bully, Sargon. Has Bully Hunter 77 shown up? Has Bully Hunter 77 entered the chat, Sargon?
You have to do that because you work up so many people. And it's fine, Jim. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I worked you up.
This is what you
I worked you up, and then you quit the internet for a while, didn't you?
No, I don't recall quitting.
Guys, I need to take a break from YouTube and from the drama, and I need to stop.
Yeah, I've already explained that. Did you miss it?
No, right after I kicked your ass and made a fool.
No, at the beginning of the stream. Did you miss it?
Oh, no, your rationalization for getting made to look a fool? Yeah, no, I heard that. Okay. You remember the stream I did where 30,000 people laughed at how retarded you were? Do you remember that?
Right, good. Yeah. Okay, great. So you agree?
That you're retarded? Yes, we agree on that point.
Okay, yeah, we agree. Right. So this is the thing, right? So Ralph, you're completely right. Trump is a troll and he enjoys trolling. And he's good at trolling too.
I would argue Trump might be the greatest troll of all time.
Honestly, I think you might be right. Yeah. I think we may have underestimated the man's trolling abilities, right? So I genuinely think that he will see the value if we can present the right view of Gamergate to Trump. And I think the primary way of doing that is the FBI investigated Gamergate and they found they did nothing wrong. Because they did.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the report and all that stuff, but I mean, okay, so where do you go from there? So like, I don't, so you take that and what? You're
Well,
saying,
the ultimate goal is to get Donald Trump to defend it, because
you
imagine,
realize this
the press
already
coverage.
happened a couple years ago when that report came out and everybody made videos about it and talked about it.
Which one was this? Sorry,
the FBI report. Didn't that come? You talking about the old report? Or is there a
the
new
FBI,
one?
Yeah, but what we need is Donald Trump to tweet something like the FBI report out and say the media smears about Gamergate false. The FBI investigated Gamergate and found that they did nothing wrong. It doesn't have to be exactly that, obviously, but that would be like the perfect, scenario. But
I mean, if that happened, would I laugh? Yeah, most likely I would. Just from the sheer just insanity of him mentioning Gamergate. But I just don't.
But wouldn't that be funny?
It would. I mean, yeah, I would laugh at that if that happened.
It would be fucking incredible. I mean, the response would be apoplectic, wouldn't it?
But how do you propose? Like, so how do you propose to do that though? And
Well,
and then
I've
say that does happen. What is the ultimate benefit of that happening? I mean, just for the laugh
just
itself.
Laughing. Yeah, laughing at the verified check marks. That's the point of this, just so we can have a laugh at the verified check marks spurging out about Gamergate.
Not all. First, let me do hashtag not all check marks here, since I have one myself.
Oh yeah, sorry, I do apologize.
But
the you know the ones I'm talking about though.
Yes, the Jews.
You
No,
know,
I'm just
you-
kidding. No, I'm just-
Oy vey.
But wouldn't that be amazing? And then the coverage as well. And not only that, I think you'll find a lot of people like the sort of out of touch Republican types like Ted Cruz. They understand that social media is important, and I think they can be made to understand that things like Gamergate are an inherent resistance to the far left, and I think they'll support that. I think they'll run with that. I think they'll like it. Especially as we can have different ways of framing it that are all true. Obviously, I'm not suggesting we lie at all. We need to be completely honest about what we've got and what is going on. But I think we can be, and I think it will have the results of freaking them out. And I think it would just be a funny ass thing to do.
So, how do you propose to? I guess what I'm getting, I don't know. Maybe if you said that there, I didn't really catch it. But how do you propose to make it happen? Like, what are you going to do to make it happen? What are you trying to tell other people to do to make it happen?
This is another thing, right? So the way things happen is by connections. It's someone knows someone, and you have to ask them to get their email to send to you, so you can email them.
Networking, basically. Yeah,
it is networking. Yeah, and I don't really like it. I would prefer it if everyone had a public email, like I do. But they don't. A lot of people keep their contact details secret, and it's annoying. And you have to go through agents and things like this. But what I'll try and do is talk to people, and try and get emails for people, and try and get them to pay attention to a cultural phenomenon. But there needs to be a cultural phenomenon, and that's why I need you guys.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Your plan is 90% us doing the legwork and 10% you sending out emails.
No.
What have I misheard then? What's the
All of it.
breakdown?
I'm not going to explain it to you there, Jim. You're just wrong. So what do you reckon, Ralph?
You just literally said, I'll email people to get them to pay attention to a cultural phenomenon, and then you guys...
Yeah, that's one thing I will do, Jim. That's one
Okay,
thing.
well, fill us in on the rest of this 20-year plan.
Well, I don't think I should, given this is a live stream.
Okay.
Oh, now you're taking my advice. That's good.
I think it was good advice, don't you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well I'll take it then. Thanks.
I did think about that, maybe keep it on the low, but I mean, it's too late now.
Delete the stream afterwards if you have to, or whatever,
But
the thing is, it's not like, be sensible though. None of the people who are listening surely want to alert the far left that we're about to make them look stupid.
Well, I will say this. I actually, there are leftists that watch this show too. I mean, it's not just all.
Well, then they can. Yeah, but hang on. How much funnier will that be if they start raising the alarm that we're going to try and make Donald Trump endorse Gamergate or ask him to endorse Gamergate? How funny does that sound on the fucking face of it? Like, you paranoid freak. And then Donald Trump might respond to it naturally without us doing a fucking thing.
I mean, perhaps. So you're saying you're going to collect emails of people who might, be in touch with the leaders.
You have to.
No, I mean you mean like contact data, but I'm asking. So you're talking to a broad-based audience here. We're the #1 late night show on YouTube. I hate to toot my own horn here, but so what should the people do? I guess. In your idea?
Okay, so the thing that I think we need to start doing. And I will be doing this as well, is finding everything that they've said about Gamergate that makes Gamergate sound scary. Right, makes it sound impressive and big. Like, you know, you remember them were like, Gamergate's going to end up on Mars. Gamergate put Trump. I mean, didn't they say Gamergate put Trump in the White House?
Yeah, I want to say it was Sarah Zhang that said that. Actually, the racist New York Times. I believe that was her that said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There was one on everyjoe.com.
Yeah, she's not the only one that said it, but I think that's where I first saw it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
I want to say that. I mean, don't, you know, I won't bet my left nut on it, but I think that that's who said it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in the sidebar so you can see it. But again, we can use all of this, right? Because them printing any of this is just a bonus to us. Here's the link. Right?
Okay, let me.
So we find everything like this, like, you know, everything where they say Gamergate did this, Gamergate did that. We make it sound like Gamergate is really capable and really competent. You know, it's everywhere. We'll use their sources. They're the ones building this narrative. And then all we need to do is present Gamergate was invested by the FBI and found to do nothing wrong. And then, like, I don't know, you know, find, you know, in fact, Mark Judge's articles on it are perfect because Mark Judge is involved in a political narrative, and he was in defense of Gamergate. And there we go. You know, in fact, they all say that Gamergate's like a movement of Nazis that have put Donald Trump in the White House. In fact, Gamergate was a grassroots movement of people against the far left. Here's some articles that Mark Judge wrote, you know, the guy with Kavanaugh. The FBI investigated Gamergate, found they did nothing wrong. They're lying. You know, we'd like President Trump to use his platform to help us redeem our name or something like that. However you need to spin it, you know, however you need to sell it. Just like that. And the thing is, nothing about that is untrue. Nothing about that is untrue. That's a completely true narrative. And that's frankly what's happened. And this is not only a way we can, I mean, there are people in Gamergate who probably still aren't happy that the name is being smeared by the far left. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you might Gamergate, fair enough, you can say it was full of faggots and twats and people trying to make money out of it and all this sort of stuff. But it wasn't a movement full of Nazis, you know? And that's how they've tried to portray it. It wasn't a movement full of woman haters and all this sort of stuff. And so, I mean,
don't you think though? Honestly, because I do think it had a lot of faggots in it. But at the same time, you're proposing using something that people are still, some hangers-on are still involved in. I mean, I don't like talking about action.
There definitely are some still.
Yeah, yes. Talking about Gamergate, you want to use them as like a political cudgel to win points with Twitter arguments with journalists. It kind of seems dickish.
Oh, does it seem dickish?
Well, yeah, I left the movement because I was sick of people using it for their own gains. Why would I agree to do that now?
Because this is a way that Gamergate can win.
Can I ask you a question, Sargon?
Sure.
Okay. Are you trying to resurrect Gamergate because that's when your YouTube career was at its peak, and now that it's dead, it's cratered?
No.
Because that's what it seems like to me. Let's all do fucking Gamergate again.
I really don't think my YouTube career was at its peak during Gamergate.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Well, I want to say this, that I just want to point out that the whiskey has not killed all my brain cells, and that I was absolutely correct that it was a Sarah Jean quote. And here's the quote: Breitbart played a key role in Gamergate. Congratulations, America. You put Gamergate in the fucking White House, and that's in the article that you linked.
Perfect.
So
this is all stuff that we can just, mesh together and say, look, Mr. Trump, they think that we elected you, and they're smearing us all over the place. We did support you, probably. I mean, I know I did, like, we support you, and we'd really appreciate it if you could just clear our name.
So you're saying people here tweet at Trump or send letters, or it's going to take
not Trump particularly,
or officials, elected officials, perhaps.
I would tweet them and say, look, we were activists who supported Gamergate, and assuming you were, obviously, and they smear us all the time. They think we put Trump in the White House. We do support Trump, and the FBI investigated us, find we did nothing wrong. Could you please get Mr. Trump to just tweet out that that he supports us or something, because we're sick of being told that we're terrible people. It can be anything like that, because this is all true. I've talked to so many people who are sick of being smeared for it. They've just gone, oh, whatever, I don't care. But I'm sure there are loads of people who'd love to see fucking a bit of redemption in this regard.
So part of the problem with Gamergate is, I mean, I guess a problem and a benefit. There was a wide tent, especially at the beginning, and a lot of people had no problems, keeping that wide tent and just letting people do their own thing. But the coalition, the Gamergate coalition, quote unquote, there were a lot of leftists in that. There are a lot of people who used to support Gamergate now who are raging anti-Trump people.
Sure, but
and so I don't really know that a lot of these
sectionalism.
people would be on board with it. I mean, I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have to be. It's, you know, we don't. It does, you know, if someone doesn't want to, you know, try and redeem Gamergate's name in the public dialogue, then that's fine. You know, I mean, I don't mind if they don't care. But this is something that we could do, and man, if we did it, it'd just be so fucking funny to see the reaction. And B, it would be nice to be able to say, well, you know, Trump acknowledges that Gamergate did nothing wrong, blah blah blah, FBI, blah blah blah. You know, wouldn't that be interesting?
I mean, it would be. Yeah, I would laugh if it happened. I just don't. I just tend to think, like I said earlier, Trump usually gets involved in stuff that's hot. You know what I mean? Like stuff that's cult. He gets involved in culture. Gets involved in trolling, definitely all the time. But it tends to be hot button stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
That has juice among his voter base. And
Okay,
I just really don't.
Let's pause there because that's a great point, right? I'm not saying I know how to give this juice initially, and that's probably beyond what I can manage anyway. Again, this is why I'm coming to you and the people listening, right? Don't worry about how you feel about me. This is, you know, don't worry about how you feel about Ralph or Jim or anyone like that, right? But just think, how can we achieve the end result? You know, what would need to happen? What is plausible that would need to happen for us to create a kind of, I don't know, online, not necessarily an online scandal, but create the atmosphere for them to give a shit about gaming, because they do still bring it up, you know. So like, you know, I'm sure someone listening. So you probably got. I haven't got the thing.
We have almost 8,000
people,
right? Almost 8,000 people watching.
I'm sure there are some fucking amazing ideas in the people listening, and I'm sure that, like, you know, after the stream's over, like, you know, like people talk about in the comments and say, okay,
Sure,
I hate Sargon, but if we did X or, you know, whatever, and then, you know, a good idea will come out, and then we can run with that. And because like you say, it needs to be something hot. So we need to, I mean, I haven't looked at whether they actually, you know, what's been put out about Gamergate today or anything, but it'll be very interesting to see, and not even just to see, like, if something does happen that involves Gamergate, then holy shit, why not get Trump to endorse Gamergate?
I mean,
why wouldn't he?
Like what you said, and I admitted that, yeah, I would laugh if Trump tweeted about Gamergate. I don't think that's. I mean, it's so crazy and absurd almost that I would have to laugh. But, and I'm trying to be completely fair to your idea. I saw a couple people in chat. Ralph, you're being too nice. Well, I mean, I'm trying to hear it out. I just don't see. So this sounds like a lot of effort when the whole, like. So I asked you what the benefit was, and it's like, well, it's a laugh. I mean, it seems like a lot of effort. So when I was sitting there thinking about you coming on, and you're like, you got a great idea. I won't go into every single thing you said, but basically said, I have a big idea. It's great. And I was like, okay, what could this be? Me and Gator were kicking it around because the Dan wasn't, he was at work. Sounds like he skipped out of work for this, but
I did.
and we're like, well, what's he talking about? He just talked to Bannon, maybe the Trump TV thing. Bannon's going to do it himself. Like, we're sitting here thinking that. And then you came in with the Gamergate stuff, and I'm just like, what is that? I mean, this is almost it's almost like you're trolling us. Like, I don't know. I mean, you seem really sincere about it. I don't think you are.
I'm 100% serious when I say I think we can get not just. I mean, we, like, for example, I wouldn't go straight for Trump. I would probably, you know, try and get Trump Jr. or Stephen Miller or someone like that.
Can I ask you something? I mean, you keep saying we, like, and then you say, well, you guys might have the juice to do this. I just like that. Yeah, I'd like to clearly state to you, I'm not going to use my audience for your retarded plan. Now, maybe Ralph will go along with that. Yeah, no, that's right. It's not going to happen.
Great.
It's stupid. And I'm not going to try to get them to, for your chuckles, your smug chuckles. That's just so dumb.
That's great.
Awesome. I'm glad we're clear. So when you say we, make sure that we is a royal one and doesn't include me.
Yeah, it is the royal one. I mean, I would never try and include you in something.
Good.
Happy?
I mean, I don't know. I guess my point is, it seems like you would be shooting for something higher. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
When I say we, I just want to say, like, anyone who's interested.
Well, yeah, of course, and I'll go with what Jim said. I haven't signed on for anything. I'm just hearing you out. You said I have this big idea.
I haven't initiated anything. You know.
Okay, I'll put that out there too. I haven't. I haven't signed on.
This is just all, you know, shit posting.
I'm just trying to be fair and let you get and, you know, extrapolate on your points.
This is just throwing out ideas, right? But the thing is, I've noticed that, like, from the perspective I have at the moment, I can see a path to achieve a particularly hilarious goal that does nothing but benefit people who oppose the far left and does nothing but enrages the far left. And I don't think there's anything wrong with us, like, following this path. I think it'd be good. In fact, I can think of several good reasons why it'd be a moral good to do this. But you guys are generally just here for the laughs and stuff. So I figure this will be a massive fucking laugh. Seriously, if we can get Donald Trump to like defend Gamergate, oh man, the sky's gonna fucking come down. It's gonna be amazing. Just imagining it is incredible.
You know what would be better if he tweets out #White Lives Matter.
No, he won't do that. He won't do that. It's.
I mean, he did talk about these South African, farmers getting killed. I mean, I don't know if he's already kind of almost went there at that point.
No. The thing is, right? I'm certain that Trump and the people around him are not white nationalists, right?
Yeah.
So they're definitely. I'm certain they're not white nationalists. They're like American nationalists, and they're definitely concerned about South African farmers, as they should be, which is laudable of them, obviously. But they're not going to tweet out "White Lives Matter" because it sounds too much like an alt-right slogan. They will see it as being too.
I mean, he defended people at Charlottesville. That was fairly alt-right.
But that's not the same as tweeting out "White Lives Matter." I think. I think Gamergate's the one we've got the best shot with because the SJWs keep bringing it up.
If this was 2014, I would say absolutely. He was president then. I'm pretty much certain he would be in the middle of it. Since it's 2018 and Gamergate's been dead for a long while, I just don't know that he would actually,
I understand. Just have a think about it. Just mull it over because it it would be seismic if Trump were to tweet just the hashtag Gamergate, just regardless of context, it'd be fucking seismic. And if it was pro understanding it as being a cultural force against the authoritarian far left, man, they would just piss themselves, and it would be the funniest thing in the world. And he could vindicate Gamergate, which I think, frankly, deserves to be vindicated. So, and all I'm saying is, I think I can actually see a path to it, but it requires us to people who are interested in doing this, it would require some kind of understood coordination that, we're not going to worry about interpersonal drama. It's not about our own egos. It's about getting the job done, So if stuff needed to happen, we'd all have to do our part, But that's, like I said, I'll leave it with you guys there. I'm gonna head off because I've got other things I've got editing to do, which is amazing fun. I look forward to send me a message on Skype when you guys have talked over and had a think, and we can talk further and stuff like that. Is that cool?
I mean, yeah, we had other topics, but we went so deep with this. You know what? I'll just let it go at that, I guess.
Cool. This is a good one though, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm my mind. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest with you. But
well, that's the thing. Have a think of it, and give me a shout on Skype when you want to. Okay.
All right. Thank you for coming on, Sargon.
Right. Take it easy, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah. What just happened here?
I was just about to say.
What the fuck was that?
Is he trolling it? I still can't. I don't know.
I brought this up. I really, folks, if you get a chance, go listen to that Millennial Woes conversation that Sargon had with him, where he tried to convince him that no, if the alt-right want to be powerful, you need to act like SJWs. It's super smart. Trust me, it's a good idea.
So you keep saying, well, wouldn't it be funny if Trump tweeted about Gamergate? Well, I mean, would I laugh? Yeah, but why would he do that? I would laugh from the sheer absurdity of the president of the United States tweeting about Gamergate in 2018, years after it was over. I would more laugh at, is life actually real? What's happening right now, not from the trolling leftist aspect. You know what I mean? Just I
don't know. This was just dumb all over. If this was if this was a troll attempt, it was really stupid. And if this was genuine, it's even dumber. I pick your poison, I guess. I don't know.
Do you think he was trolling us, or?
I hope he was. I really hope he was.
I'll agree with him. I really do hope this was his attempt at trolling, because it's painfully a bad idea. But I will say, I have heard somebody else in his circles mention to me that they wanted Gamergate 2.0. One of his capos specifically said that. They literally word for word, we need to do Gamergate 2.0. Can you help me?
So
and,
be my
and
hero.
this was about a month ago.
Really?
Yeah. I won't call that individual out because I want to, I know he gets real upset when you share DMs. I'll leave it at that.
Oh. Well, I have a couple ideas. I won't make any speculations here while we're on air, but yeah, so when he was giving his pitch, like I said, me and Gator were sitting there thinking, oh, this is something big. He just talked to Bannon. Maybe there's like something actually going on here. And then he starts talking about Gamergate, and I finally just said, "Are we trying to? What are you trying to get the?" So, and then you showed up, and he's like, "Great, you're here too." It's like, what are you trying to get the band back together? What is this? It's like,
it's so dumb. It's so dumb. You pick your angle. It's a really bad troll, or it's a really horrible idea. I don't know. I was really hoping for like year 2 of the 20-year plan. I wanted a front seat to be able to listen to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. Like I was sitting there and I was talking to Gator. I was like, look, I'm gonna keep an open mind. If it's a great idea, it's a great idea, even if it's from Sargon. And then we went to Gamergate 2.0.
This is literally that fucking image macro of the guy that goes, herder, retarded, and they're like, you're a retard, and he's like, I was just trolling you. Like that's what we just witnessed in this fucking call. Like the end result is you made yourself look like a fucking retard.
Oh, I don't know. By the way, I just saw JF message me earlier. Sorry, man. I just now saw it. So I was on air. I was just completely befuddled by what was going on. So I apologize. But yeah, I don't know. And then, so he's making such a big point of coming, literally we've been, badgering him for months to come on the show, calling him a pussy and this and that. He wouldn't even come on the charity stream. And
no, this is dead. I told you this earlier. This is the exact. This is a joke, and Ice Poseidon's audience makes this joke all the fucking time. It's like, 10,000 viewers, 20,000 watchers. Look who shows up in the chat. It's once you started getting viewers, now suddenly. I bet you said it was last night. I bet it was those comments. I told you he really hates it when you bring up numbers because they are important to him. He may try to play it off like it's not, but it is. And those jokes last night or the night before, whenever the fuck it was, when you had 8,000 people watching and he only had 1,600.
Yeah, I saw those. I didn't even. Yeah. You know what? I didn't even bring it up on air, but I definitely saw them. Yes.
Yeah. And I said you had 8 Sargons watching it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I did read your comment. Yeah, maybe I did. Now that I think about it, but yeah, that's funny. I don't know. And he was so excited in the Skype though. I was like, well, oh, this must be something good. Like maybe some type of big idea. And then,
hey guys, I've got a great idea. Despacito 2.
That's basically how it went.
God, it felt like the underwear gnome of fucking plans. Like part 1, I email people. Part 2, part 3, Trump tweets about it. Like what the fuck was that?
Gamergate is so dead. Like if Gamergate actually had, like I said, juice, to use the term, if it had some juice, if there was, a lot of stuff going on, maybe he'd probably already be tweeting about it. You wouldn't need to come out and try to do that. But Gamergate is fucking dead. Like, I don't know. I was about to make a joke that I shouldn't make on YouTube about.
Does it involve trains? Does it involve trains?
Peacefully sunsetting someone. Maybe that would be a good way to start it back off again. But that's about the only way I can think of. I really don't. I don't see it popping back off ever again. It's pretty much dead.
This was fun. I'm gonna go hit my head with a brick and get this stupid idea out of it. I think it's just. Wow. Okay, that's something new. All right.
Something else.
Hey, when you guys go fight the good fight under Gamergate 2.0, I'll be there laughing. So,
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it, man.
Gamergate was the first thing that actually accomplished something. It got something done.
Did you need a moment, or
this is who Gamergate really is? You look at it. This is who we are. Excuse me.
Take a moment. It's fine.
Sorry. We are this. He wanted to have Gamergate branded on our skin. He wanted it branded on our skin, for goodness sake. He wanted Gamergate branded on our skin and make sure it was a scarlet letter for the rest of our lives. I am Gamergate.
Threaten my people with slavery and death. This is madness.
Madness.
This is
Gamergate. People have to do jazz hands together. I mean, it's insanity. And we've seen that darkness. A real friend is willing to lick your ass. And if there's anyone, number one fan out there who loves Gamergate more than someone who's his friend, it's Ralph. He's willing to throw me under the bus to do the right thing. Someone who was with him and who could have almost been killed with him. He's willing to lick your ass because it's the right thing to do. That's Ralph.
And I don't want to name any names here, but expect Trump tomorrow to tweet out Sargon's newest video. It's happening. He's won.
Serious?
No, he's won. Yeah. Trump is going to tweet out Sargon of Akkad's newest video. He's a big fan.
That didn't come across as a joke at first. I was worried.
Sweating bullets a little bit there, were you?
I might have to disavow my fucking president. Renounce citizenship. I'd be at the fucking embassy tomorrow with my passport. Like, take it, motherfuckers. Get it out. I'm done with this shit.
I just had to come back in because I've been letting it sink in for like 20 minutes of how dumb that was, what I fucking heard him talking about. And I'm really split on if he was attempting to troll or if it's real, because I know people he associates with were pushing the idea privately months ago.
I mean, I'm leaning towards real.
And that's really scary.
Yeah.
That's terrifying, to be honest with you.
But part of me, it's just so absurd that I'm thinking, man, he's pulling our legs. Like, it has to be.
Jim, did you hear what I said? I quoted some guy from his Discord who said that this was like practice for journalists asking questions so that he can control the conversation. Do you think
that's good. Yeah, I want to learn how to sword fight, so I go challenge somebody. I'm like, no, let's use real swords and no protection. I'll learn quicker.
Did you see, Jim? Did you see
politics? This stream doesn't really matter.
Wait, did you see Jared Holt making fun of
thing?
him? Like, everybody's laughing at this. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, look what happened last time. Like last time he made one comment about a suit, and he's been referred to as a waiter for a month now. Right?
So he started serious though. Like when you were talking about at first, he was like, no, like it will make this, it will blow it up and make everyone take it seriously. And then by the end of your conversation, he's like, it's just a troll. Like you made him like make it from serious to by the end going, I'm just fucking around, guys, relax.
Sargon is only pretending to be retarded.
If he's being serious, this is legitimately one of the most sad and confusing things I've ever seen in my entire life. I with no exaggeration, I've seen a lot of fucked up and confusing shit, but this is unbelievable.
You need to get on his level, okay, of 24-hour ops. I don't think you can appreciate what you're
I'm
dealing
getting
with.
that image of the big brain Sargon floating around the galaxy. Like, this is just incomprehensibly above me. I can't even look up and see it.
20-year ops, fucking get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the terrifying thing to me though is, okay, he's associating with people in UKIP. He's associating with people that are ex-Trumpers. All right, even if this was just practice for politics and dealing with reporters, he's coming on here and making statements like he's in the know of what their communications are, right? That's something like about when it comes to politics, it's not about what's true. It's about what it appears to be. So all they need to do is start clipping things and be like, oh, somebody related to the Trump White House or somebody related to the UKIP party. And now Sargon has entrenched himself into giving stupid quotes for that'll be used as ammunition. Like, that's so dumb. That's so dumb if you want to go into politics. I don't understand why he would do it.
Because he said he was going to email people, and now they're going to email back and be like, we were watching those clips, and you said it was a troll? What the fuck? No, get out of here. I bet he's blocked. He went to email them, and then he's like, well, why isn't it being sent? Why is the emails not being sent? He's blocked.
Here's the plan, guys. I'm gonna send out an email. You go do all the legwork. that's the plan.
By the way, the capos. Go ahead, JF, and I'll interject with the news later on. But
because Mr. Metokur just said a word that he doesn't use usually. He's terrified about Sargon. He's really shook by this. And the last time I saw Mr. Metokur in this condition was when Aaron arrived on the internet. And I had said to Mr. Metokur back then, is it possible that Aaron is the coolest kid on the internet, the last cool kid on the internet? I believe that what we saw today happen is that not only Mr. Metokur had been surpassed by Aaron and her ability to be the coolest kid on the internet, making Mr. Metokur second place on this dimension, but Sargon just out-trolled Mr. Metokur, breaking his dream of being
I don't know
the last cool kid on the internet.
Well, Jeff, I don't know if you can call it, like, if you're talking to somebody and you're trying to, run a troll on them, if you're trying to fuck with them, and their first reaction, and I'm pretty sure Ralph and Zidane immediately said this is, "Are you trolling?" I think it defeats the purpose of what you're attempting to do.
You say the troll was not perfect?
I'm saying if that was a trolling attempt, that was awful. That was really bad.
Well, don't forget, there was like a 15-minute build-up.
Is it European trolling?
Maybe that's why we're missing it. I'm not sure. By the way, is Erin still alive? I haven't heard.
No idea.
I have an update on her. No, she OD'd actually about 2.5. I'm not joking. 2.5 weeks ago.
No shit.
No. You can check the Ice Poseidon.
No way.
No. The founder dead with a heroin needle in her arm.
Oh.
She had a note on her chest that said, "Why would JF have babies with me?"
Poor Erin. Rest in peace. We'll always honor her memory here on the Kill Stream. Oh, but what I was going to say is the capos are already disavowing this. You see the quartering on Twitter. Huge waste of time for Sargon. He should know better. He should know better. Ooh, Short Fat Otaku disavowing it as well, saying it's a bad idea. I haven't heard what V said. I did talk
when the dude that LARPs as a fat disabled lesbian says that's a bad idea, maybe you should listen to him.
Yeah, so he said bad idea. Quartering said bad idea. I talked to V before the stream, and he claimed he didn't know what was going on because actually, I was sitting here thinking, what is he up to? So he just messaged me out of nowhere. So I'm thinking, he's got something. Like, what is he trying to do? And originally I was kind of questioning, like, what are you up to, Sargon? This is kind of strange. He just emailed me, Skype me out of nowhere. And V claimed he didn't know what was going on. I haven't heard what he said since, but at least two of them have disavowed. So,
I have a better question for the panelists. I want to get your ideas on this. What's the best possible outcome for this? Is it A, Sargon saying it's real and he really wants to do this, or B, saying it was an attempt at a troll? What do you think is the best possible way of gracefully bowing out of what the fuck just happened today?
Yeah, it has to be B, right? Yeah.
Because if he doubles down on this, he's gonna look like the most retarded person to ever live, perhaps. Like, I can't think of anything worse than saying that this was an actual attempt at some kind of ops, because that defies belief.
No, so he has to say that he was fucking hammered. Oh, I was just drunk, guys. No. I said he has to say I almost OD'd or whatever. Yeah, guys.
Option C for cocaine, right?
Yeah. No. Even on coke, you wouldn't fucking think of this shit. You'd be like, you have a better idea, probably, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Andy is right. I mean, he did light his nipples on fire, but he never said, "Hey guys, let's do Gamergate 2.0."
I want him to double down, to triple down on this. I want him to go as far as he can. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever, and I really want him to fucking burn himself to the ground with it. It's funny to me.
Option C is winning in chat, by the way.
Just keeps falling in our laps, Jim. I didn't do anything for this.
Tomorrow. It says Gamergate 2.2, how to do it.
Please,
I hope he just avoids this entire, like, he just pretends like this never happened. What are you talking about, guys? For 3 days, comes back, oh, feminism, and you're just like, what?
I like how after it was pointed out that maybe saying all this publicly was a bad idea, he tried to say to Ralph, "Hey, maybe you could delete the stream afterwards."
That's not happening.
Not happening.
No, as a matter of fact, I might just leave it. Usually we put them on the archive. I might just leave this one up on the channel. Actually, I don't know.
And I'm lurking his Discord channel. Following up people on Twitter talking about it. There's nobody in his Discord channel that we're talking about it, and those motherfuckers were defending the live stream about Jim. And even to them, this is indefensible. They're just saying this is a complete waste of time. This is
Do
drama.
we have any
Even
liberalists?
like a
Where's V? Somebody grab V or Quartering. Do we have? Are one of these guys going to come on? Like, what's going on?
I would love to hear V's take on this.
Let me
Are you
message him.
kidding me? I want to hear what the carrier pigeon has to. I want that insight.
We have
When
to.
V came on after the gym stream, he said it was retarded. I can't wait for his take on this.
All right, I messaged him. Let's see. Let's just ping one of them. One of them's got to show up, right?
V too.
All right. All right.
Now, did you use the code? There's a code word you can use with V that will instantly get his attention. Just say, "I have Coca-Cola." I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of his apartment, but that'll snap him right into it.
Let's see. I'll message Quartering too.
I thought it was anal vor. Him around.
Surely somebody has to come on and talk about this.
Well, you could try to combine the two. Like I put a canister of Coca-Cola in a snake. Come get it.
Come and get it. Oh man. All right, so I messaged those two. I just love how we all had these big brained ideas of what this was about, and it came down to Gamergate 2.0.
I thought this was going to be like, here's like the new political thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was going to come out and be like, I've been messing with everybody, and I've been laying in wait, and now you're going to see my magnificence. I was really expecting that.
Or it would have something to do with YouTube censorship or something like that. Maybe he's been talking to Bannon and he had some type of idea he wanted to pass along, because he knows obviously this is a hostile area for him.
The scarier idea is this wasn't Sargon's idea. This was Bannon's big-brained idea.
Please, God, don't let that be true.
Oh, that's the fucking nightmare scenario.
That is
right
a
there.
nightmare scenario, to be honest with you. Yes,
That
would explain.
It was his idea, but it was a joke to get Sargon to fuck himself.
That would explain why he's not in the White House.
Could you imagine if the Mercers were like, "Okay, Bannon, we're going to give you $1 million. We want you to go tell Sargon of Akkad to start Gamergate 2.0. Don't ask any questions. It's a really good idea. We can't use Milo. He has AIDS now, so it has to be Sargon."
By the way, I saw that. He was joking, right? Or does
Yeah,
he
it's
really
obviously.
Yeah, he's trolling. Like, so I've seen so many people like, "Oh, he's really got AIDS." I think he was just kidding with that, but I mean, no way to know for sure. But
I thought he posted a picture of his medical bills.
yeah, but it was all blocked out, and he just said, "Oh,
I thought that was a receipt from the restaurant he went to."
Yeah, I don't know. It was some receipt. I don't know that it was. Yeah, it was just some receipt with like $2,000.
Yeah, how meta can we go? People in chat are like, maybe Bannon is just trolling Sargon. Maybe this is just Bannon hates UKIP so much he thought it'd be funny.
Bannon's in the chat right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I see him right there. He's like, "Don't blame me for this. This isn't my retarded shit idea."
Oh my god. All right, so I messaged those people. What did you think about Gamergate 2.0?
I was the one that texted Jim about that.
So that was your idea. That was speculated on the show already, but
oh, was it? I was boomer mowing my lawn, self-admittedly. By the way, we're like Streamception, so I want to let my small crowd know that I'm on the kill stream. And I'm a big fan of the Ralph Amail and the Ralph Tards. But I did DM Metokur about that.
But what do you think about Gamergate 2.0 though?
So when I
guess
said
it was your idea, but so
yeah.
Is this your fault? Did you put Sargon on this? Is this what happened, or?
No, dude, I'm telling you, like as plain as that I would tell you in DMs. I told him to not go on your fucking show. Like when he was on,
it was his idea. I didn't even ask him. Like he messaged me.
No, yeah, right. So like somebody's, you know how fucking Twitter works, dude. You know this. You have people that enjoy your show. So then like people start tweeting me this. I'm like, why the fuck is Sargon on here? And it's not like he was like, hey mates, chuckle. Do you think I should? Like no, this is his own whatever. He's his own man. But I was like, dude, they're just gonna, make fun of you and make money off you. Like, what do you have possibly to gain from this? But hey, whatever. I'm not V apparently. I'm not.
On Twitter, you said huge waste of time for Sargon. He should know better.
Yeah, I 100% stand by that. What did he have to gain by coming on your show?
Well, I mean, as arguably as retarded as he looked, he did come on the kill stream, and he was there with Jim, and
Yeah. Okay, so we agree, right? He has nothing to gain but being milked as a lol cow.
Well, that's what he is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we good. We good. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be like white knighting for him, but I'm saying, like, he literally has nothing to gain from coming on this show.
Well, he said he wanted to come to pitch it to our audience, our listeners. So
I guess I didn't catch his whole.
Yeah.
I was like literally boomer mowing my lawn. Like I would have come on when I got a message from Andy or something like that, and then I saw Andy messaged me on Skype. Then I saw your DM. I would have come on for sure. But I mean, let's be honest. You have one of the most popular streams on YouTube, so congratulations for that. But most of the people that watch your show think the soy father works at Applebee's.
Well,
And like, so he's really got very little to gain.
He came here thinking that we'd like fall in love with his dumb idea.
I don't know what he was thinking exactly.
No, that's what he thought. That's legit what he thought. And
He
when
must have, right? He must have.
If you didn't listen to him, he was so fucking happy. Like
I
hyped
popped
it up.
in, like, so when I'm mowing my lawn, like I don't have good cell service, but when I'm close enough to the house, I connect to the Wi-Fi. I popped in hearing his plan, and then I hear Ralph saying like, I can't do a Ralph impression, so I'll just say what it is. But like, he's like, I'm Ralph. I'm trying to be impartial here, buddy. What's your point? And then he said what his point was, and even I didn't get it.
I legit just started laughing.
I think it was Sargon trying to reword, like when he told Jim, Jim, you should be the leader of Gamergate. Jim was like, "That's dumb and gay, and you're gay and dumb." I think he tried to like reword that to be like, "Oh, it'll be an epic troll. We'll get Trump to talk about Gamergate and the Maymays and the epic ween."
So for the
Jim was
record,
just like,
on my
"No,
chat,
that's-"
people are asking in my chat if Ralph is Canadian. He's not. But,
Somebody said you sounded like Bugs Bunny when you were trying to do a Ralph. Though.
I don't know how to do
what
it.
that was? What?
Yeah. That's not a fair. Like all
I
I
did
can do
watch
is,
a lot of Bugs Bunny.
Wait a minute. And
That
that's
was
not
pretty
really-
good, actually.
That one was pretty good.
That was good. I have to give you credit there.
Yeah, I've been practicing in front of the mirror for weeks. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like I've been on the show many times. I can't see your chat now. I know they really dislike me. That's okay. And I hope that they're sending lots of super chats calling me a faggot boomer or whatever. But like, I don't know what the soy father was thinking. I told him flat out, these people hate you. They're milking you. Why are you on the show? But I'm not his fucking dad,
But what do you think about the idea itself to get Trump to tweet about Gamergate? What do you think about that?
That was really bizarre. But I will say that I was the one that DM'd Jim. I was really hammered one night at the bar.
Of course.
As your chat knows. Yeah, right? Like, what? It's a fucking day that ends in Y. The quarter pounder's drunk. But I was texting him, like, it was like 2 weeks ago when I started getting a lot of these Ubisoft leaks and all this stuff. And I think the context of what I tweeted him, I don't think I can see it now because it's on his now banned Twitter account, was something along the lines of like, no, it's not really like Gamergate, but there's another kind of consumer revolt out there. And it was based on, my channel kind of covers like, Marvel and comics and all this stuff. So a lot of the same gripes that Gamergate had, which obviously Ralph is many years older than me, probably 10 or 15 years older.
Oh yeah, of course. Actually, I think you're older than me, quarter inch.
I think I am. Yeah, I think I was born in 83. Where are you at?
85.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so like I was just a casual. I legit when I heard of Ralph, I'm sorry, Metokur, it was as the internet aristocrat. Like I'd never heard of Metokur and whatever. So I messaged him like, hey, this is what's going on in Marvel. This is going on ever. What do you think? And he didn't reply, which wasn't expected. I didn't expect him to reply. But I do fucking respect the fact that he was like, yo, somebody, as opposed to, I respect that.
Yeah. So, again, how are you going to help get Trump to tweet out Gamergate?
Well, I don't know
what are you going to do. What are you going to do to make this happen?
Me personally, I'm working on Tom Arnold. I don't know if you didn't know, but
yeah, I've seen some of his crazy. He confronted Dean Cain. Was that yesterday or the day before? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think much past the day. I'm not intellectual. I'm not a most skeptic. I just come downstairs and I record a couple of videos talking about, whatever seems relevant. I don't know what Trump. Here's the thing about when Sargon was saying, like, again, I heard like maybe 10 minutes of I don't know even how long he was on, but I heard the part where he was like, Gamergate, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yo, what matter? Who cares if Trump tweets about Gamergate? It's dead, right? Is this a fair representation?
Yeah.
So he goes, I don't know, right? So he has this justification. But I will say, still, it is dead. But still, many reporters, maybe these sites, aren't really relevant. But in my world, they're still relating a lot of shit back to Gamergate. Even Tom Arnold yesterday, I mean, like, these guys bring it up. And if
they consider it basically like the internet's original sin.
Yeah. If anybody also, like, anybody who in their eyes is alt-right is also Gamergate or what, I don't know. They bring it up. I don't know. Trump's tweeting about Gamergate in 2018 probably has little to no effect, but to deny that it isn't, it drives a lot of these rhetoric articles on, like, if you look at sci-fi.com or you look at Kotaku, Polygon, and we all agree, okay, these sites are shite, right? Like Vox Day. Did you guys talk about Vox Day today?
No, we haven't. Yeah, but he got kicked off of what is it? Indiegogo, I think. Yeah.
That's a big deal, right? Like, I don't agree. I think Vox Day is a fucking idiot. But at the same time, like, I 100% back his right to make his comic book and to have his own ideology. And if he wants to believe in ethno-state or whatever, good for him. I don't care. I don't need to buy his comic book. That's fine by me. But a lot of these people that kind of champion the censorship of people like Vox Day, which I know a lot of your viewers are fans of. I mean, some of, I don't know a lot, but some of, these are the same people that were anti-Gamergate.